Another day goes by, and another episode of course, The Road to Glory. Welcome back, guys, to Ajax. We're on episode number 10 now of season number 4, Cooking with Gas. As today we have, straight into the calendar right here, go and watch the last episode if you haven't seen it already, even though it's all spoiled on screen. We have Braga. Take a breath. We have them at home in the Europa League. Then we have Twente twice, which we will play the cup game before Fortuna Sittard and Ninjamen after that, which I do think are going to play Ninjamen and simulate the other one, as it's Braga straight up first, straight into it. It's actually the Plumina. I can't say the word, but you can see it under the word standings. The something round, as we need to pick our team for this. It's quite tired, but we've got to get this right. Of course, quite a few players out, you may see, as we're going to have to go with quite a tired team here as well for this second leg. Can we rotate it further? I mean, I'm going to try and do that, because I know, of course, we do, what we're going to say then? We do have the cushion, that's the word. We have a 2-0 lead already, so it's going to be Gauntlet in goal, Kleiber, Mosquera, Howard, Bellis and Sanchez, Cubas and Rodriguez finally partners once again with Leibad in front. Rodriguez thrown straight in there for Davy Klaassen with Berghuis, Van der Vaal up front and Antuna, Danilo on the bench, Klaassen on the bench, El Karauni, of course Anthony, Jensen and now Gustavo Hamer. It's only 5 days he's out for, but he is out. Do we have a break after this game? I think we do, don't we? Not much. Actually, not at all. We play in less than a week. We're playing the Thursday and we play on the Sunday as well. And then it's the cup game, so going to have to rotate for the league, I think, as we are unbeaten. It's a bit stretchy for our squad, but we've got to try and get the job done. And despite some tired names in our ranks, we've got to try and beat these. It's Honyak in goal, Oliveira, Rodriguez, Medina at the back with Medeiros, Horta, Vitinha and Ludovic Reis on that wing with Guilherme and Lucas Piazon. Need to spit that out. And Chetine up front. So they've gone attacking, which they need to do. Even though it's at the Johan Cruyff Arena, it's going to be a big challenge, but we've got to get over the line. And Lucas Piazon starting with a bit of a travel on the ball right here as we've come across a little bit. Meridos with a pass into no one though. Berghuis gives it to Labiad, who I know is a very tired player in this lineup, but we've had to opt with him as Guilherme. That pass is blocked straight into Berghuis again and tries to force it to Labiad. Don't like that. 10 minutes in, them doing okay for themselves. As Mosquera gives a pass to Jorge Sanchez here, and let's try and squeeze through these little gaps, shall we? It's Van der Vaal around this corner. It's into Steven Berghuis. Berghuis cuts back himself, gives it into Kleiber, the right back, onto Labiad. That was meant for that man running through the middle, and I don't know who that was. Cubas maybe? As this is still a good move. Sanchez back in the middle. Labiad with the header! And that's a very, very good one from the most tired player in the team. Great strong neck muscles behind that. Hammers it home. And the captain for the day, whilst Davy Klaassen is away, gets a great header to put us 1-0 up. Look at that. That should be tie over now. I mean, we've got 2 away goals and we are 3-0 up, but it only takes 3 goals for them now. Still, of course, quite a length of this game to go as Ludovic Reis keeps hold of it right here. The winger gives it into Vitinha. Vitinha looking for a ball and finds Ludovic Reis right here. He passes it centrally into the striker, but of course they can't really get away with that right there, as that's a terrible tackle on Rodriguez. Lucky he got straight back up after that one, as it's a terrible touch after he does though, and Ludovic Reis straight through into Chetine. Gauntner coming out, making a great save. Really well done by the keeper, as they're still going to come at us though, and Jorge Sanchez, not the pass I wanted. Straight back into danger, and Gauntner pulls out another madness. That's 2 great saves, as Ludovic Reis, even if they do get through, will be suspended. That's 2 back-to-back yellow cards in the games against us, as Van der Vaal with a header away right here. Reis almost taking out Berghuis. Wouldn't have minded if he did. Picked himself up a straight red, as Mosquera, still no number on his back, receives the ball onto Labiad now and onto Rodriguez, as Rodriguez puts it through that middle onto Van der Vaal. Van der Vaal's going to wait for the run of Berghuis, and now we're going to try and slightly counter. Can we create anything here? Tackled when we turned into him. So I would feel much better sitting at 4, as that pass across is a bad one. Another shot coming in from them. And we are trying to create our own mistakes right here. I mean, that was not a good pass from Kleiber, as it's going to be a corner to end this half off. They jump highest, but Guido Rodriguez is in front of his man as Kleiber's going to try and run away with this one as well. Who can he look for? The man through the middle, Van der Vaart. That's a great ball from the right back. Might have redeemed himself there with that pass. If we can make it 4, which we do. Brilliantly drilled into that bottom corner by the number 10 at the club, the backup striker, Van der Vaart. Is that actually his name? I'm pretty sure it is. Still haven't learnt it. It's a great run though, straight at the keeper, and the composure to drill that at the closed off angle and still get it in the back of the net. Absolutely love it. 4-0 now to us. Feel very reassured with that goal as we're going to keep on going. It's now 4 goals that they need to get in 45 minutes, so I've got faith they can hold on to this, but we do need to make some changes. I think I'm just going to try and put Stepanenko on, you know. I mean, it does take the rating down a lot. Cubas played in cam, and we'll put Martha on, because we can rotate, of course, players that I want to experiment with. Not the first team, as we can leave them on the bench for the 20 double header, as we'll go with that. See how it treats us as Mosquera straight away on the ball right here, onto Uriel Antuna, the thumbnail star from the last video, if any of you guys were wondering, as Cubas tries to get a pass across. Rodriguez into Martha. This is a good move. Can we make it 5? Kleiber hits Reese, but it will be a corner kick. No Danilo on the field, who's tall, but we do have centre-backs like Harwell, Bellis, and of course Mosquera, but it was a terrible ball. We do try and keep the ball alive a little bit right here as Martha gives this into Antuna. Antuna back to him. This is a good pass around the corner. Cubas onto Stepanenko now has just come on. That's a good pass through if he's onside. Van der Vaart scores, but I think he is off. Yes, he's not going to have his second of the game. It will not count. Good finish by the youngster as well, who I've got to say I am a big fan of now, but still needs to try and get another if he can, as now Antuna down this wing. He hasn't got much pace left. Of course, he's a first teamer still in this team, as that's a good ball to the side. Stepanenko. Horniesiak always favourite to that on that little angle, so we are going to get the corner from it. Do as confidence bucket loads if we can get even more goals in this one, because 4-0 already on aggregate. And I know it's Braga, but that is a big result. I was fearing knockout competitions would be our downfall, but obviously not this season, as that's a back heel. It was meant for Martha, but Cubas is going to run on it, put a good ball in, but straight to the keeper. And Ali Mastrati comes on for Braga as well. I'm sure it was Arsenal where we had him as a player. He was really high rated for some reason, and we had him with the likes of Lewandowski, Laurentino Martinez. It's a wonder. Well, I wonder how we didn't win the league with that team. I don't think we did in the end, as Martha going to focus on this save right here. Hopefully we can do some good, but another save as Guilherme Chetene, I think that is, gives the ball out to Ludovic Reis right here, and Braga with their first attack and their first goal. That's a shame. We're going to actually lose this second half as it stands. I mean, it's only 45 minutes, but it's a shame to have conceded that. I wanted a clean sheet at home. In the end, it's just a really good pass across, ain't it? Look at this. Just jump straight past that tackle, across, roof of the net. 2-1. What a shame, as Pieri, he's come on in midfield for Cubas, and I've put Rodriguez in the cam role, even though he can't play it. It's only 10 minutes left of the game. And of course, he is one of those players that's getting rotated into this lineup, as that's a good ball into Van der Vaart. Should have done a little bit better at trying to leap for that one, as we've had the chances to extend this. We really have. Look at that, gifting the ball straight to Stepanenko, who's good on the pressure. Van der Vaart gives it into the path of Rodriguez in cam, and he still can't score, even though he's pushed forward. A great save from their keeper, who's had a good second half, to be fair, but still we should have a goal. And look at that, straight to Pieri right here, who is in the defense, or just in the defensive midfield position, but he's that far forward and receiving the ball. As can we finally make this 5 on aggregate? That's a good ball into Rodriguez, and it's saved again. We're not going to get this goal for Guido, as we're going to whip this in towards Van der Vaart for his second. That one's saved as well by the keeper, and they are going to win this second half. But if you would have asked me, would I rather have had them win a quarter of the 2 legs, or all of it? I would have definitely said a quarter, as it's 4-1 on aggregate. Very good result. Another win, another unbeaten game. And now we move into, hopefully, a good couple of games in the actual competition. We're in the Europa League. And it is straight into 20 after that. So have we had the games rescheduled straight away? We have, so we should have a knockout round. Let's see who it is. It's Everton. Okay, the Davy Klaassen derby. And we're actually going to get a game of that done today. The first leg at home. That is big. It's a very, very nice competition to be in. What round are we actually entering? That is the question. So we're straight into the round of 16, right? That's good. So we're past the group stages, the round of 32 as well, I feel like. And the teams are... looks like a couple of tasks, but to be fair, I expect a little bit better. Atalanta and Monaco are the ones that are screaming at me. Of course, there is a lot of good teams, but they're the two that's really, really catching my attention out of them. But I mean, we've got to, as a team, fancy ourselves. We've got to, as we play 10th place, what do you call it next? Who do you call them? I've already forgot the name, but we are going to rotate the team again. Sorry, Van der Vaart, you had a really good appearance, but you're going to be back on that bench, as we're going to go with the strongest 11. Gustavo Hamer straight back in. I mean, I'm going to play this twice in a row as well in 1 week against Twente. But that's the team. Not walking through it, as David Klaassen is in cam, because of course we lost Jensen for a little bit. So 10th place Twente. This team's a little bit more tired, but we should not be losing this one. It's going to be a draw. Bosch, of course he scores against us, with Martha actually coming off the bench to rescue the point. Bergwijs missing a penalty, and that's all we get. Just a point out of that one, because Gustavo Hamer's saying he's happy to be back in the lineup, which I of course am as well. I'm happy he's back in the team. Big fan of this guy, as we're going to have to rotate again for the cup. Still not tried to rotate too much though, as Mosqueto's growing in the defence. And I've gone for El Karawi still at left back, Kleiber at right back instead of Sanchez. So we're going to actually have a left back at left back with Rodriguez in the midfield now. And that's about it. Yeah, going into the semi-finals of the Orange Becker. They've got a tired team just because they've played us, and we've got a tired team. Makes sense. What would make more sense is us in that final. And Twente's team, as we are away in this one, on a stalling goal, Everik Dumic starring Smal, Romatore and Bosch. Of course, I didn't look at their team last time out because we simulated it with Spikic, Ilic, Guillerminot and Peñaranda. Of course, it's him from Watford. Peñaranda. Don't worry, I know who it is. I mean, it just took a minute as we're going to start the ball off. We really want to be in this final, so we're going to give it everything we've got in this game, aren't we, boys? I bloody hope you're in for it, as now there's a pass straight off right there. Ilicic. It's going to be them with a bit of quick football to start us off. We've got Ninja Men or AZ Alkmaar. Whoever wins that game at the other side of the draw, as they get a little bit of luck right there to try and create a chance, as Klaassen comes away with it right here. Can we counter-attack like we'd like to do? And Tuna's a bit more tired for this game, but he's still sprinting, and he's behind the defence, and it's Unyal and Tuna on the angle who scores 7 minutes in. That is a counter-attack to a T. It's a big toe in the final. Not even a foot yet, because there's a long way to go in this game, but we've got it off to the best possible start. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. They were on a bit of an attack in our box. We get the ball, we pass our way up to their goal, and we put the ball in the back of their net. Very nice, as we're going to make sure we keep it up, though, as they're going to try and attack straight from this. How many games unbeaten would this be? I think this would be the 10th. No, the 11th. We simulated a game, of course. This would be the 11th game unbeaten if we can get it, as there's a good bit of passing right there from them. But again, we catch it out, and again, we look a little bit set for this counter. And Tuna's making a run, but Danilo's going to battle himself. Look at this. How has he got this much pace for a big man? Put that across the middle. Oh, the pass just caught out. Still amazing running as Guillermo around the corner now into Smal. That's what can this guy do with it right here. He's run us in a bit of a circle there. Is he going to want the ball back? No, it goes all the way back into Bosch. And I really want to avoid penalties this game as well. That's something I meant to say. No extra time. My players cannot take it with how many injuries we've got and how little of a squad we already have. As Klaassen passes this out to Berghaus. He can't cut backwards. And I'm very surprised in him. The aging player Berghaus, he's literally one of our only players not to get injured yet, is it? And he's been here all along. I very much admire that. He's got a work ethic and strong bones, as he's got the ball in the midfield right there into Rodriguez, onto Danilo. This is good passing. Klaassen going for a 1-2, gives it round the corner. This is Berghaus, and I wanted that run from Kleiber, but he's not offering it, so we'll go backwards, keep the possession up, just keep it with a couple of slick passes right there, waiting for an option as Klaassen shows for it. This is really good build-up play. Berghaus to whip it into the box, and just too far away from Antuna. But it is very good football, I must say, as Howell Bellis getting stuck in. Good tackle from him. Berghaus, Danilo trying to make a run, trying to pass it through Bosch, who always plays well against us in simulated games. Not today, though, as the throw-ins into Rodriguez. Get this across to Gustavo Hamer. Hamer now into Antuna. Antuna to Davy Klaassen. Goes for a pop shot himself, and Understall with a save. If we would have got the second there, would have been a very confident man, but no. Still don't, as the corner ball's going to come in. Howard Bellis. And it just goes into the gloves of the keeper. Unlucky right there, but we're still going to battle on as Berghaus into Gustavo Hamer again. This is a ball out wide, and this is still good football. Antuna, that's a good run. It's an overhead kick, and it's in the back of the net from Steven Berghaus. It is a bicycle kick in the cup for the man I admire the most at the moment, Steven Berghaus. Take a bow. What a finish that is. Look at this. Just, you could see he was cooking that cross up. He stays onside. And, oh my. That's the first time that's paid off in this save so far. Might be the goal of this career so far. What a goal, Steven Berghaus. And will it be an overhead kick sending us through? At the moment, I've got to say yes. I said I'd be a confident man if we got a second. We did, but still battling for more. That's a great ball in. Just cut out by a flying defender this time. I mean, it wasn't as good as, of course, Berghaus flying through the air, as it's 2-0 at the break in the semi-final. This is the Ajax way. We are looking a lot more like an Ajax team built by a manager who's got control in his players, which I didn't have before, as Guido Rodriguez passes that off to Gustavo Hamer. And we've given it straight to him at this second half. Please no comeback trail. Don't think I could take that, as now Albers with it. He loses it out to Howard Bellis, and Klaassen can't really skip round the corner. He's saving himself for Everton. You just know it, his old team, as Kleiber does well to keep the ball in right there. And we're going to switch this across. Berghaus, brilliant kick that one, and Antuna get that down to, well, it was meant for Hamer, but it goes to Danilo, who was offside. As now Davy Klaassen with a pass to the side of him as well, into Berghaus, and Berghaus now into Rodriguez. Kleiber, Berghaus. This is going to be a bit of good passing if it can pay off. That's a good one. Hamer. Martha's just come off the bench and he hammers one wide, giving him a bit more of a chance now, the winger. Of course, we've been forced into it. Not that we need to. It's just Anthony and Jensen's injured, so it narrows his winger options down, as Illich with a ball over the top into Smal, into Bosch. And their passing's been direct, but sometimes that's let them down. And maybe that's why they could possibly lose this game, although it's not over yet. It's into Guillemot. It's a pass back to him. It's into the striker, and it's a terrible drag shot. Hopefully it's just a little flurry, as Bosch now gives it into Illich. He finds a way through to Albers, and the striker might be onside here. What a save, Gartner! And he was off anyway. But still, for our keeper to do that, it's amazing, as Pierre is going to come on for the player I just subbed off. I just made a quick sub, didn't I, as Gustavo Hamer got him running forward a little bit, as Klaassen messes up the pass, and they are putting the pressure on at the end. God damn. All from us just constantly giving it away, though, as that's a good ball around the corner, and Gartner, in the moment it mattered, with an exceptional stop. He is on form at the moment. It really is, in-game at least, not in simulations, as we need to get this away, and it's over the top, as Van der Vaart, you might have seen, I subbed him on for Berghaus on that wing. I thought that was actually the right option. I should have done that myself, to be fair, earlier on, as Kleiber drills one down into the striker, who's off the park. And not long to go at all now, just the 1 minute, as we have both feet in the final, I'd say. We have both feet in the final. Now the referee's blown his whistle, I can say it with some emphasis. Get in there. Boos all around the Twente Stadium, but I don't care. It's a good run for them. It's a better run for us. Trophy is still on. Yes, the Europa League's on as well. Yes, the league's on, with how it's opened up a little bit. But this is the biggest deal to me. Berghaus, amazing. 2-0 in the semis. And he's literally just frozen as we go through to the Aranje Becker final. As the league, right, we are 9 points behind Feyenoord and all that now because of that draw that we got. As one of the Fortuna Sittard players has picked up Player of the Month. As who do we face in the cup final and when? I don't know who won it and when it is. The end of the season? No. Oh, it's there. It's there in between games. And it's Ninja Men who have beaten Alkmaar. Right. That's a turn up for the books. That's not what I expected. And how will El Karauni do against his old club? As we play Fortuna Sittard, we're actually in 5th now. Doing pretty well for themselves. Their gap between us and themselves is the same as us and Feyenoord, or roughly the same. As we've got a little bit of a tired team. It is a simulation because I do want to play the first game against Everton. Don't lose and we win. That was a delayed saying from me actually. Gustavo Hamer with the 3rd minute goal. Sutergens with theirs. And Uriel Antuna getting us out of that little bit of rut that we had in simulated games. As it's 12 unbeaten. And honestly, I don't know where we're in the league at the moment. But it's on to Everton. We've just got to keep on doing what we're doing. Keep on going unbeaten as this is a big challenge. Everton, of course, a decent team. I say decent as in like insulting way. They've got Rafa Benitez. They've got quite a decent lineup of players. As we're going to go with the same team that just won in the league as well. So there it is. Into the press conference. Straight into this. I'm not taking long. I'm not picking up any voodoos or anything. I am just playing the home leg today. Hoping for the win. And I'm not going to lie, our atmosphere at the Johan Cruyff Arena for this game sounds very, very good. But you can definitely hear that there is away fans in this stadium. And you can see, if you look at that back row, a big player in their team. I'm not talking about Milenkovic-Savic. It's Pickford, Conte, Christian Bastoni, Tierney, God, Milenkovic-Savic, Gabama and Rafa, Donny van de Beek, and Jesus. Daniel van de Beeketh. He's back at Ajax, but in toffee colours. He's done a reverse Davy Klaassen, as it's just going to be a big game. I did not realise their team was this strong. I mean, we hold on to our impressive unbeaten run of 12 games, and we're going to have to battle all out for it right here. Just don't concede away for the start of this, of course, 2 legs, and we should be with a bit of a chance. But their team very, very good as Cubas tries to put a ball down the line straight away. Kieran Tierney is an Everton player. What is this team? It's a familiar face, of course. Donny van de Beek. It's talking about it. I think he was 88 rated when I checked about him. Like at the start of the season, I checked him. I checked Gravenberg, like Van Dijk, De Ligt. I just wanted to check all the Dutch players, and yes, he's very high rated. So he probably will be in this save as Tierney gives it to Anthony Gordon. Flicked on. Donny van de Beek into Gabriel Jesus. Onto Gabaman. Saved. And offside. Good job it was as well, because the ball fell straight to him. As what is that for a pass? Antuna, I would like a word after the game because of that. That was a bit of a wasteful one. As now Donny van de Beek with the ball around to Sergio Milinkovic-Savic. Drills it out wide into Anthony Gordon. And we're chasing them around a little bit too much for my liking. Kieran Tierney now down this line. He tries to cross one in. Masquerta tries to win his header, but can't do as a man's been decked from it as well. Sergio Milinkovic-Savic. It's all Everton at the Johan Cruyff Arena. I would hate going to Goodison if it carries on like this, as we've blocked it there. And it's going to be a cross for Rafa, or is it? He's passed it short to Tierney. Tierney drilling his way inside. Don't let him put that to someone who can shoot. It's on to Jesus. It's a 1-2. Howard Bellis in the way. Oh my days, Everton all over us. We just need to try and counter-attack if we can, like we did against Chelsea in the Champions League, as Davy Klaassen with a 1-2 with Berghaus. This is good passing away. Danilo fouled though, not tackled. Now Davy Klaassen has to pick up on it, and Antuna again. What can we do right here? Can we make the most of something, please? Gustavo Hamer. This is going to be a quick passing. There we go. Danilo has Berghaus on this side. If something's going to happen, it comes from Steve Berghaus. That's not a good ball to Antuna now. Still, we're doing okay to be unscathed. And we are getting a bit of possession together now against the very good mighty Toffees, as it's out to Berghaus. And that's a good ball in. Danilo with the header at the back post, and we lead. Never mind, we've put up a fair fight. It's actually us in front. The Brazilian with the diving header, and I said if we were going to create something, it's from Stevie Berghaus, and the cross came in from that man exactly. Look at this. Takes it over Tierney, over the defence, and bang, back of the net. We lead against a strong Everton side. Don't ask me how, because that has been coming for a little bit of a while, and I am so glad we've got it now as Christiansen into Rafa. Game's going to get going a little bit faster right now, as now Donny van der Beek puts one over the top. This is out to Conte, who couldn't, of course, leap up with the header of Danilo, as Van der Beek with a turn. Mosquera uses his hand. And immediately after our goal, Everton's probably going to get one with a spot kick. It's not going to show us the replay, of course it's not, as it's Gabby Jesus against Gardner. I'm going to dive to the left, and he saved it. Rebound! Always going in. We've got to be quicker. Not celebrate the save, but get the ball out. Gabriel Jesus with a Aubameyang special right there. Gets the rebound into the back of the net, into the roof of the net. Took no chances with that second shot. And at half-time, it's going to be 1-1, but of course they have an away goal now, which means we must score in at least one of the games. Of course, this one or the next leg, which does concern me a little. So let's see what we can do as Filip Gabaman onto Donny van der Beek. Now Milinkovic-Savic with the ball over the top, straight to Jorge Sanchez. And let's try and take a home advantage to the away side. I mean, it would be nice now they've got an away goal. If we could win this game, of course, it still would be far from over if we did even do that, as now it's on to Davy Klaassen, and Klaassen's going to get one outside of him, into Antuna, back into Davy Klaassen, playing well against his former club as Antuna. That's got to be handball. No, nothing given. Still got to keep the ball though and play on us. There's a ball in the middle. It's Danilo. Oh, and it's a dodgy touch backwards. Should have done better with that one. As get there, please. Oh no, they've got the ball still. And it's Anthony Gordon who's going to run down this line right here, and he's going to pull one back, as that's not a good ball backwards. And Danilo to jump straight onto this one, as he can't get the pass off as well. Straight into Christiansen. Christiansen round the corner into Sergio Milinkovic-Savic. Jesus blocked off by a good foot in right there, and we're going to try and get away. Klaassen over the top. What a ball into Steve Berghuis if he's got the pace to get away from Tierney, which he does. Just needs to beat Pickford and drills it. Bottom bins. Back in front on the hour mark. What a ball from Davy Klaassen, the captain. And it's 2 involvements now in this game for Stevie Berghuis. Might be one of my favourite players now. Might be trying to overtake, should I say, Jensen, but it's going to take a bit of a while to do with that. Jensen, of course, is younger as well. As what a finish that is, though. Fully powered into that bottom corner. Side netting. Pickford, no chance. As Gordon puts the ball around the corner as well. Literally 20 minutes to go. Well, not literally. There's still a bit longer than that. And please don't concede again. Gabaman out to Rafa right here. We do host them. Oh, what am I on about host? We do lead them now, of course, overall. So if they get another away goal, the pressure's back on us. We don't want that, as Antuna hopefully can put the pressure back on them with a good ball over to Danilo. Bastoni heads it, but Andreas can't really get it away from the danger zone, as Danilo's going to dribble this back into El Karauni. Switch that across. That's a brilliant ball from the left back into Jorge Sanchez. You can tell it's our first team, this. Playing very well. Berghuis into Klaassen, into Danilo. Pickford dived early, and he did very well to stop it. I still thought it was going in after he hit it, as now Gordon. What's Anthony Gordon going to do, please? Yes, Jorge Sanchez. What a interception now, as we're going to go down the line again. Please, Klaassen, tap that on. There we go. Into Berghuis right here. And can we get a third? If we get a third against this good team, I am majorly impressed, as it's going to be a corner anyway. And Steve Berghuis better receive a round of applause from every player as he leaves the field. And I do hear some of them, not from players as well, from the fans, as that's a dodgy clearance from Everton, as Daniel Podence comes on for the Toffees. That's a bad tackle. Still, the game goes on. It's Donny van der Beek. Maybe that's why we're letting him off with it. As there's now 2 minutes left of this game, and Harwood Bellis passes it into Gustavo Hamer. Floats a really good one over the top. Sanchez. Oh, scorpion kick. Behave. I mean, I did actually do that. Held LT. I'll take the blame with that one, but still nothing should come from it, as we win our first leg in the Europa League against what I think, looking at their team in game, should be one of the favourites. 2-1. What a display. With less possession, counter-attacking football works out for 13 games without losing. I am so impressed, as that is it. That is us done for this episode. As we come out of the press conference, we're 9 points still behind Feyenoord, but we do have Ninjaman again at the start of next episode, as we are unbeaten still. I keep saying it. Look at that. Since that Camber game in the Cup has literally defined our season so far. as yes, we are into the final of that as well, and we just, need to do well against Everton away. No burping in games, as in the UEFA Europa League, they only want us to reach the quarterfinals. Now, that's a bit of a shock. If you look at the bottom there, or the top, under board expectations, it does say quarterfinal. I'm right by hearing that. So maybe they want us focusing back up on the leagues, fixing us game up in that. But to be fair, in the league, I mean, we really do want to win this league. We should be winning this league. It's the form at the start of the season that's let us down, but if we win the Europa League, we straight through to the Champions League as well, and that's a bigger trophy, in my opinion. As this is the cup game. No, the cup game is not in the next episode, but should be the one after. So stay tuned for that. As thank you guys for watching this episode right here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well if you do not want to miss anything in the future. I need to get a drink because my speech is getting a bit slurred. It's been definitely a long week up to now. Take care in a bit, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow for the next episode of the Ajax Save. Peace out, guys.